So let's look at a practice problem for graphing with no numbers. So it says, graph Red Riding Hood's movements along the following events listed in the order they occurred. Little Red Riding Hood set out for her grandmother's cottage at a good walking pace. So I drew a straight line at a constant slope. That indicates that I have a positive velocity. So I've got a positive speed. I'm going at a good pace. Then she stopped briefly to talk to the wolf. So I'm going to have a flat line right there. She walked a bit slower, so I'm going to have another line. I'm increasing still because I'm still going towards grandmother's house, but the slope of this next line is not as steep as the slope of the first line. Then I'm going to stop and pick some more flowers for quite a while, and then it says, realizing that I'm late, I'm going to run the rest of the way to grandmother's house. So I'm walking, I'm stopped, I'm very slow, I'm stopped, I'm running. Okay, now what would that look like? That's my position versus time graph, and that's showing the slope, position, distance over time. Remember, that shows speed. So that's how I was able to describe that. What would a speed over time graph look like? Speed over time, velocity over time, that's acceleration. So what's my acceleration? So for this first section, I have a constant velocity that is positive. So I would have a constant acceleration that is positive. All right, then I'm stopped. When I'm stopped, that means that my velocity is 0. So when my velocity is 0, I have to go ahead and drop my speed down to 0. So I'm stopped. Then I'm going to go slowly walking, so I'm going to have a positive speed, but it's going to be lower than the first speed. Then I'm stopped again, so I'm going to drop back down to 0. And then I'm going really fast. So what do you think this last bar is going to look like? It's going to be really tall. And so that's where I'm running right there. And so that is how a speed versus time graph of this Red Riding Hood graph would look. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the distance versus time graphs that are on the worksheet on this quest, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw the corresponding velocity versus time graphs. So you need to think to yourself, is this a constant speed? If it is, it's going to be that nice flat line. Is it a positive speed? Is it a negative velocity? So just go ahead and think through that. If you get stuck, just come ask for help.